Hello and welcome to a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. Woo-hoo! So happy that you're here. And if you're live here, leave a comment below. Say hello. Say if you're here and hear me, see and hear me. And if you're watching the replay, remember that I always come back and I check who was in here, who left comments, who had questions. So if you're watching a replay right now, take a moment, leave a comment below, say hello. And so that I know that you're here on the replay. So I'm back from Phoenix. I had a little trip. I'm back in the Dominican Republic. Good to be back home. Who is in the house? Ember made it. Fantastic. And you know what the great thing was on this event, and I'm going to get started in just a second. I got to meet people from my community that I usually don't meet in person. So the great thing about going to an event is not only the content, the value, the connection. It's really about creating new connections with people that you know maybe virtually, but you've never met in person. Met two of my amazing clients that I've never met in person before, a lot of people in my community, and it was so amazing that people come to me and know me even though I don't know them. So there were plenty of people that came to this event and came to me and said, oh my God, I know your show. Oh my God, I'm on your email list. It's so great to meet you in person. And so that's always so much fun. So who's in the house today? Tina is here, Heather is here, Natalie is here, fantastic. Daniela is here, Amanda is here, wonderful. Leave a comment below so I know that you are excited to be here. And if you're new to my show, if you have not met me or connected with me before, my name is Sonia de la Torre, and I'm passionate, and I'm here to help you to let go of your limitations, to fully love and trust yourself so that you can create the life you truly desire. And if you have not watched last week's Soul Infused Monday, it was about, I was in Phoenix live at an event called the Dream Take Event for my fabulous business coach and dear friend, Amy. And I wanted to share a few things that I took out of it. And I want to start the show today by asking you, what is actually your big dream? And it seems like such a simple question, and yet it's such a difficult question. And we were like over 150 entrepreneurs in that event in Phoenix, and talking about, what is our big dream, also in the perspective of our business, our impact in the world, what difference do we want to make in the world. But it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur or not, if you have a bigger vision for the world or not. What is your big dream? And often we don't even have the answer to that question. And when I talk to people and I ask them, hey, what is it that you want? What is it that I can help you with? They often even don't know the answer. So take a moment right now, if you're live here or if you're on the replay, and tune in, take a piece of paper and write it actually down. And write down, my big dream is. And either you're very clear and you just write it down, or if you're not clear, just tune in. What are you sure? Like, what do you know for sure that you want? And it's amazing to see how we limit ourselves, me included. In many ways, I live my dream already after I've been working on it for so long, and at the same time, I am holding back, and I'm not looking as big as I could, because we all have limitations. We all have that feeling that we hit. So share a few of your dreams with me. And some of you, I know sometimes it's kind of like embarrassing or insecure to share something in the comment section. So one of the things, that's one of the biggest lessons already. You want to always do something. You want to get started no matter what. That's one of the really lessons to take away from it. It's about the number one you always get to do is to get started with something. You don't have to figure it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't even need to know the second step. You want to simply get started. Do something to keep energy in motion. So share with me a few of your dreams, as big or small as they might be. It can be personal, related to relationships, to health, to your business, to changing the world. and dare to make it bigger. And what's your internal process when I ask the question, what is your big dream? What comes up? Like, watch yourself. What's your internal process? What are you thinking? What are your reactions? And what are you actually doing? And share that with me. Claudia from Oklahoma. Fantastic. Okay, so Amanda wants to change her job soon. So even though, so this is great. So, and Amanda just use that for a moment. So it's something that you desire and it's totally doable. And dare to dream a bit bigger. Changing a job does not, like, what's your big dream? Changing your job might be a part of it to get there. But if you allow yourself to really dream big, to allow yourself to create a big vision, what's beyond that? When you have a new job, what is really driving you inside? And that's for everyone. Emma says, have abundance of financial freedom from art sales. Yes, same thing here. Go deeper, go bigger. Like once you have that financial freedom, what is it that you really, what's your dream? Like why do you want to sell art? What is that driving you? What's deeper? The deeper meaning when we connect to our deeper why we do things, you can really create on that. I hope this makes sense. Let me know, guys, if that actually makes sense. And to create positive change in the world. Yes, great. And be specific. How does that look like? How are you going to do that and why is it important to you? And these questions are for all of you to answer and not only just in your mind, write them down. It has a huge power and a different energy when you actually put stuff into paper. Alyssa says, hi Alyssa. Transparency, awareness, and self-love for myself and the world around me. Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. And that's great because, you know, when you want to make a difference in the world, when you want to change, let's say change, heal, help the planet, whatever your version of it is, it always starts within you. And one big thing that also, even in that Dream Big event with so many entrepreneurs, and it was a lot about business, however, it was really about what's driving us, what's our bigger vision, what's the bigger impact that we want to do. And often it gets back to the inner work. And you know, guys, let us talk about that. And reflecting back, I remember the day. I don't know if some of you might know the story or not, but I remember about 18 years ago, and there's a point in me sharing this story. About 18 years ago, I was living in Germany. I went to a Tony Robbins event. Back then, I mean, this is a long time ago, I was not who I am today. Tony Robbins was already big, but he's so much bigger now. So I was at this event, and it was an event of 5,000 people, a huge event in Frankfurt, and with everything included. He was teaching, he was doing exercises, we walked on fire, like all of that stuff. And I remember the moment when I was sitting in the audience, and Tony was asking for 2 volunteers to present an exercise or do a demonstration. And I remember the moment when I was sitting there, and I was like, I'm going to be one, I'm going to be one. And excuse the beeping noise that you're hearing, it's because I just lost power. And in order for me to stay connected with you, the sound is going to make it until I get power back. Just that you know, you can't do anything about this beeping stuff. You have to bear with it. It's so dry. And so, long story short, out of 5,000 people in that audience, me and one other girl were chosen to be on stage with Tony Robbins for him to share or demonstrate something. I was pretty new to inner development and all of that. You know, I didn't know much about energy or anything, but I was already very interested in about working on myself. My point in sharing this with you, when I got on stage, Tony Robbins is huge, by the way, right? Like it is like when you stand in front of him. And he took me and guided me to the front of the stage, and there was this other girl, and he was explaining, and he was just, I don't even remember what he was saying. I remember the moment that I will never forget, that I was standing on stage, 5,000 people, lights everywhere, and screams. You couldn't even see everyone. And in that moment, something deep inside of me said, this is what I want. And what I meant in that moment was, I want to stand in front of thousands of people and share my message. I just get goosebumps when I share that. So here's what happened. The exercise happened. It doesn't even matter all of what Lucha just lost the earring. It's live here. I'm so excited that I'm actually losing my earring. So earrings back on. What happened in that moment or in that event was that I was so fired up. I was so passionate. I was so inspired. I was so motivated to make that happen to me that I signed up for Tony's program back then. It wasn't, I don't even remember how much money it was, but I mean, even back then, 18 years ago, it was a lot of money. So I was super excited. I knew I would do it. I went down and signed the agreement. I was super excited to get started, to work for a year with Tony Robbins. And what happened is that I got home and I freaked out. I got scared. I doubted myself. And I canceled it. So here's why I'm sharing this with you. There are a few lessons here that I want to share. Number one is, if I would have not listened to my fear back then, and I would have actually do it, because I could have done it, I just didn't believe that I could. And money was my excuse. It was a lot of money, yes, no question. And yet it's never really about the money. For me, it was like I didn't believe in myself. I was afraid. I was so insecure that I put it aside. So I did not make a decision back then out of vision. I made a decision out of fear. So the first thing that I want to share with you on that is that always make sure you make a decision out of your vision, out of your big dream, and not out of scarcity. And we all do it. I'm sharing this with you because I'm not different. Now I make decisions out of my vision. And I do not listen to my fear anymore, even though I am getting scared. Every single time I invest in something, I freak out. A part of me always freaks out. And every year I invest more in myself. And every year I actually gain more. Every year I grow. Every year my business grows because I invest in myself. But every time there's this, ooh, you know, and I'm sharing this to be transparent because there's no such thing that you're getting rid of it completely. It's not about getting rid of fear or having it all together all the time. It's about you getting started, taking a step, and you moving forward, but it's taking you closer to your big dream. And the second piece why I'm sharing this story, what was so valuable again to see in that event, is the power of community, the power of having people that support you and stand for you and hold the light for you until you hold it yourself. Because back then, that's 8 years ago, you know, like, and I'm grateful because it was my journey to come to where I am, so I don't have regrets. However, looking back, it's just really interesting to see how I actually sabotaged myself, or maybe instead of saying sabotage, it's like I robbed myself of an incredible opportunity because I was afraid and insecure, and I didn't have someone that was standing in the fire for me. Because that just let me out of the agreement. So no one took the time to say, hey, listen, I know you're scared. Let's see how we can make this happen for you because it's really important for you. So I didn't have a community then. I didn't have yet mentors and coaches, and so no one was standing in the fire for my vision. That's why I'm such a huge advocate of having a community, having a coach, working with a healer, whatever you need, privately, in business, no matter what. the inner work is the most foundational piece of it. But the power of community, I've seen this again in this weekend. So many of the women and men who were in that event and have shared their stories that like I would never be where I am without the support of a community, a mental coach, a friend, because we just give up on our dreams. First, we don't even dare to dream big. If we do dream big, something comes along the way and we just collapse. Our belief system, I'm not good enough, I will never make it, this is not for me, who am I to dream big? So we have that lid on top. And sometimes we need someone who helps us take it off, and someone that really holds the vision for you until you hold the vision for yourself. Let me know if this makes sense. I'm kind of like, we're putting out here as much as I can, and I want to see some other comments here real quick. My dream, Claudia's dream, is to sell our house in Oklahoma and move to Ocean in Oregon. Beautiful, yeah. So what's one thing you can do today? And there's always one thing. It's also an internal process. Sometimes you can start about, like, oh, it only happens when something happens. So as long as I don't sell it, I can. No, there's always one thing, one little step, one thing to get the process started. I'm sure you're doing things already, Claudia. And at the same time, tune in. What is something that you could do today that will bring you closer? Even sharing that publicly on Facebook helps, by the way. You put energy in motion. The universe knows what your dream is, what your big dream is. So share with me. Share your big dream. Natalie saying, give myself freedom by building my own home. Oh, I love that. Create space to find my dream and follow it. Follow it, I guess. Yeah, fantastic. Yes, I know, I follow it. I can see it now. Tina wants to get well, start a coaching business, and travel when I feel like it. Yeah, beautiful. And it's totally doable. Totally doable. Good morning, DJ. Make decisions out of vision. Love it. Yes. To achieve my dream, I bought a van that I'm working on converting to my home. I love it. Yeah, action takers. One thing, I don't want to take too much of your time today. But there are a few little nuggets that I want to give you, so stay tuned. Okay, I think there's sometimes a little bit of delay. I don't have any other comments right now, but if you have a specific question for me, also when you're on the replay, put the question on the comment box. This is your opportunity to get actually some private and free coaching from me. This is huge opportunity. So if you have a question, the more specific the better. No long story around it. One specific question, and I'm happy to help you to achieve your big dream. So let's recap a few of the nuggets. Get started. Number one thing. If you don't get started, you're not going to put any energy in motion. It can be as small. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to have a second step. You don't need to know anything besides get started. And then one thing that someone said that I love, have the willingness to be bad before you become good. And that makes total sense. No one is good at something overnight. And we are often so afraid of doing it wrong, what other people think of us, I'm not good enough. Like, you will not be good at it yet if you don't get started and getting better. So, and to be willing to be bad before you get good. Hope this makes sense. I found that super valuable. And along these lines, one other thing that I found very valuable is to focus more on the effort that you're doing versus being attached to the result. Focus more on the effort than being attached to the result. What I mean by that is, if you are attached to certain results and you don't achieve them right away, you get discouraged, you get disappointment, you want to give up. But if you consistently take effort, make an effort, you take action, no matter how small it is, as long as you keep moving, as long as you keep going, you'll get there. Because the only thing that's not going to get you there is when you don't do anything and you stay stuck in that very moment. Okay, Guys, let me know if this is valuable. Is this landing? What are you getting out of this? Let me know what's the most valuable thing you are hearing in this Soul Infused Monday today. Okay, and so while I wait for your comments, one valuable thing. So, the most valuable thing you're getting out of this, and what's the action step that you're going to take? Do something. Do something. And one thing about community, and then I'm going to keep this closed for today, or I'm going to close this up for today. If you are not in a great community, if you don't have someone that mentors you, coaches you, supports you, holds a vision for you, holds a light for you until you can afford it yourself, find that person. It can be me, it can be my community. I'm not attached to it being me. It can be someone else, but I am attached to you investing in yourself and having that support system that will give you the support to actually create the life you truly desire. And allow yourself to dream big. Anything that you wrote down today, make it bigger. Take the lid off. What does it look like if you would dare to dream? Go bigger. And then go bigger again. And Facebook wants to, no,